what your untitled boxing game style says about you. Starting off with the very first style, we have basic. There's only 3 reasons why you would use this style. The first reason is you're new to the game and this is just the style you start out with. The second is you ran out of spins and you can't get anything better. And the third reason is that you're an absolute beast with this style and just love trolling people. You're a good player who just likes to keep things simple, what can I say? So basically, you're either a noob or a menace to society if you use this style. Next up, we got long guard, and before I even say anything about this style, if you use this style, I actually hate you. The amount of times I had to go into ranked and see this style is actually absurd. But anyways, you're just the type of person who likes keeping their range and distance, and tried Hitman but didn't really like the playstyle with it, so you decided to go with this style instead. If you play counter style, then you're a very calm and calculated person. You're very skilled at reading your opponent and predicting what they're gonna do next. Counter mains absolutely despise passive players, and if someone's not throwing any punches, you'll get really mad. Up next, we have turtle, and if you play turtle, I refuse to believe that you're a real person because this style is so buns. You're probably not that good at dodging, and you really love just to hold the F key and wait until your opponent uses all their stamina so you can counter. Moving on to smash style, you love cracking people's guards open like they're a clam. You most likely saw the Hajime no Ippo anime and saw Sendo and thought he was the coolest character there. You'll use your M2 whenever you can and love mixing in M1 feints. Corkscrew. You're a decently passive player and really enjoy using the extra regen the style gives you. The main reason why you chose this style for your main is that you really liked how the M2 looked and how unique it was. You like the fact that this style is a better basic. Hammer. If you play Hammer, you probably got interested when it was first released. You're not very sportsmanlike and hate players who constantly shell up. You use your ability as a free damage tool and will try and get it off as much as possible. Charge. People who play charge don't like waiting. Always rush in to get the first hit and will keep the aggression on. You thrive when your opponent makes a mistake, and your constant pressure makes it pretty easy for anyone to slip up when they're fighting against you. You're likely an impatient person who rushes to make decisions in real life. Trickster. If you play Trickster, you're a very goofy person, and you just love how weird the dashes and punches look. You remember when it was a very OP style and you could do stuff like double dashing. You probably hit emotes mid-match and yell at stuff like double punch when you hit an M2. Kimura. If you play Kimura, you're likely a troll back from the good old days where the slowdown effect was detrimental to your opponents. But since they removed that, you've just been a good player that uses this style as a challenge. The state of this style and how Kimura is doing currently in the manga is quite fitting, honestly. Hand slow. Hand slow players are speedsters who just love zooming around the ring and just doing circles around their opponents. You enjoy taking a bit of a risk and you really enjoy the extra damage you get from the counters, but really don't like when you get countered yourself. You play quite rash, and because of the additional effect of your ultimate, you find yourself using it way earlier than you should. Switch it. Switch it players have really easy times against noobs and absolutely destroy them because they don't understand the ability. This changes when you go against a more experienced player because they understand what it actually does. You hate it when someone hits their ultimate on you, so you save your ability so it will never happen. Bullet. You'll live and die on the hill that Bullet is the best counter style in the game. You're hella toxic and you'll do anything for that juicy M2 counter. You probably trash talked at least once and love seeing your opponent's health bar drain after you see and hear that red flash. Wolf. I don't know what it is with you Wolf players, but the amount of times you guys spam the White Fang is insane. You probably memorized all the broken techs and exploits you can do with this style, and honestly take full advantage of that. You recognize pretty quickly when someone doesn't know how to dodge the White Fang, and you'll keep that in mind. Ippo. Don't lie, you've tried to at least do the Dempsey roll once in real life if you play this style. You have a bad case of main character syndrome, and you'll use the Dempsey roll whenever it's off cooldown. You like getting close to your opponent, and you probably have a big Mara. Hitman. You're predictable and easy to anger. You've been playing the game for a while, and as a consequence of that, you have lots of knockdowns on your record. You're a tried and true outfighter and love keeping your distance. You'll probably start trash talking if someone calls you a runner or passive player. Slugger. If you main Slugger, you love easy mix-ups that really screw up your opponent's timing and rhythm. You wanted a style that could do big damage and quick. You're still loyal to the style even after it got nerfs, and you've been using this style for a pretty long time, and you likely remember old UBG pretty well. Shotgun. Shotgun mains have been waiting for the rework for ages, and when you guys finally got it, you were jumping for joy. You're likely a prodigy who picked up the game fast and are naturally skilled. You've definitely spent some time playing games like Funky Friday or other rhythm-based games, and surprisingly you suck at skill checks, even though you need to hit them to get your ability. Chronos. Hands down the most disrespectful style out of any of them. You're kind of a brat, but you're also pretty funny. People who use this style are usually either pretty good or terrible, and this really just depends on if you know how to use your special ability or not. You definitely have a good collection of emotes because you need a nice selection for when you're being toxic or just try and get your ability in game. Freedom. People who main Freedom are very indecisive. You couldn't decide what style you want, so you just chose the one that gave you the most options. You're addicted to switching your style every second, and you'll do it whenever possible. People who use this style are either pretty casual or sweaty, and the sweaty players know all the advanced techs and how to switch and when to switch. Iron Fist. If you main Iron Fist, you're probably a really good friend and have a good sense of justice. You don't care about taking damage, and you love dishing it out. You're pro at perfect dodging, and you will rearrange your opponent's organs for them. Hawk. If you play Hawk style, you got serious anger issues. Whenever someone calls you a backdash spammer, you get really pissed off. You are freaky with a capital F. You probably spam the tongue out emote in real life all the time and any chance you get. White Ash. You are a determined player and probably pretty new to the game. But that doesn't matter though, because you feel like the smartest person ever when you manage to land your counter ultimate, and you just feel like you absolutely tricked your opponent. You also love landing dual exchanges because to you it doesn't matter that you got hit as long as you do damage to your opponent. Ghost. Last but not least, we have Ghost mains. And if you main this style, you're the most disrespectful person ever. You're really skilled at the game, and because of this you kind of have a superiority complex when it comes to other people. This means you just end up being pretty quiet and letting your actions speak the words for you.